All right, ladies and gentlemen of the National Wrestling Creators, we are live here, and you're probably thinking to yourself, "Wait, silly, you're on the Brain Network. Why are you saying shooters?" Well, um, actually, I am live on the shooters right now. But I went on my phone because this I could not afford to miss at all. For several months, an individual by the name of Jonny Bravo, clever, um, has came out with allegations that several athletes or several WWE superstars have been involved with a steroid scandal around the world. A very expensive one at that. And for months he's been teasing, "Oh, I have the evidence," but none of it has come around until just, I believe, maybe a little over 5 minutes ago. I found his Instagram and I went to his YouTube channel, and I have found that he has just released the video to the public. And you know what? I figured might as well go ahead and view it right here for you guys and see if there was any truth or if it was all just a bit of a ruse. So personally, I have been in the belief that Roman hasn't done anything wrong when it comes to this whole thing. Now, people have jumped to the conclusion and said, "Oh, he did this because he automatically had one, violation." That doesn't necessarily define that doesn't necessarily mean that he did it, but there could be some primary reason to say that, oh, he has a past of doing this. He could have done it again. Um, There has also been talk that he's been confused with one Luther Reigns. Do you remember Luther Reigns? I don't. Um, but guys, this is here. The evidence of WFN and the story behind the distribution, a John Bravo production. Now let's see if this whole thing was a work or if it's true. Whichever the case may be, you will be getting live reactions right here on the National Wrestling Shooters. And guys, without further ado, actually, hang on, give me a second. I know I'm kind of delaying delaying the inevitable, like one Mr. John Bravo did, but I gotta give this link, YouTube link anyway, to my fellow comrades. Oh, that's wrong. I said that to myself. I said the link to myself because I could join on my phone. Um, I'm going on the limb and saying that this whole thing is just going to be a complete waste of time and complete work. But one way or another, we're going to find out for sure if it is real or not. And if it is, then you know what? Then my God, what a discovery this guy has made. If not, then, well, this guy should hide away in a hole and not come out again because the dude wants his publicity and attention. And he don't get it right now, but you know what? If ends up being a waste of time, he will never ever see the light of publicity again, and he could face some serious jail time for defamation of character on a lot of levels and false accusations of, well, maybe not jail time, but more um suing, so to speak. But here we go, guys. Let's see what this is all about. Since I got two viewers watching right now, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Actually, hang on. Should I You know what? I do apologize for delaying this again. I'm acting like he is. I'm gonna get the link to said video and I'm gonna put it in the chat so you guys can watch along. Studios accounts. All right. After this will be the last piece of business I need to do before. Go and send it. Let me send it to in real quick. Okay. I do apologize, guys. It's a pretty big thing, and I know I'm kind of delaying the inevitable, but about on. Let's get a proper link. Come on. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if this is one. This doesn't open the third eye. Well, we'll see. By the way, Scott, I know Matthews is your favorite. I went and saw the clip. That shit was fucking lame. I'm sorry. But here we go. Make sure I don't. Nope. Links in the chat for those to watch. I also need to go ahead and put it in the group chat real quick for the boys to watch and get their input on this whole ordeal. There we go. All right, that's definitely the last thing I got to take care of. So, without further ado, let's get this over here. All right, let's see it. Here we go. All right. Hang on. I'll pause a little bit and I'll. The views and information and opinions expressed in this video are those of the guest show and do not reflect their opinions or views of the host, aka the creator. Okay. Would you put that though at the very beginning? Let's see. Copyright disclaimer on facts. Okay. All right. Okay, let's see. No evidence in this film has been tampered with or revised in any way. Okay, Title 13 Criminal Code. Not sure what that symbol is. 13-2809. Okay, Arizona tampering with physical evidence. Okay. So always got that in there.
If you come on here, you make a statement, you better be prepared to back it up with evidence. I'm going to do the best that I can to look at the evidence and see if there's enough information there to prove it to be a fact. With this day and age, with so much bad information going out, even on the major networks, it's not what I stand for in life.
Ah, crap. Hang on. I apologize, guys. PlayStation's acting weird. Hang on. So John Bravo did bring up a good point in saying that if you have something, especially this big, that you need to be prepared to back it up with facts. And something this big, if you don't have any facts, you're not going to have a good merit to your word. So that's a good start, I suppose. But that's not what this is about, Mr. Bravo. This is about your allegations of people being around steroids. Let's see. You hear some things again because that's a start PlayStation.
If you come on here, you make a statement, you better be prepared to back it up with evidence. I'm going to do the best that I can to look at the evidence and see if there's enough information there to prove it to be a fact. With this day and age, with so much bad information going out, even on the major networks, it's not what I stand for in life. I stand for the truth and doing whatever it takes to prove what somebody's saying is true. I have no issues with telling anybody that I don't have enough information to prove what they say is correct, and that's what I am about as a person.
Okay. We're kind of beating around the bushes right now, man. You need your deal on this whole thing. Let's see. Okay, Richard's laptop, which I've been in possession, was released in a court proceeding. It was one of his professional laptops that was last used in February of 2016. There are 3 other phones and computers that have the information up to February of 2017. Okay, so this goes back. So what he's trying to say here, if I'm understanding this correctly, that this goes back to 2016 and 2017 of February. So this could have been from 2 years ago, starting in. And if it is from February 2016 to 2017, then there could be some merit to that because Roman Reigns did fail the wellness policy back in July-ish of 2016, if you guys remember that. I'm pretty sure we all do. A lot of people like to remember that for some reason. I don't. Okay. Got that information. Let's move on. Okay. They are still in the possession of the DEA. I'm waiting for them to be released to conclude this investigation. The communication information contained in them is critical. Now, okay, I gotta point out a red flag right there. They are still the information is still there in the DEA, and you're still awaiting to conclude the investigation, then why are you releasing this video now? If the investigation is not over yet, that means that Roman Reigns isn't guilty yet. Brock Lesnar isn't guilty yet until you get this evidence. Like, I don't understand why you would release this video right now if like the investigation isn't even concluded. So that's I'm kind of on the red flag right now when it comes to this, but let's see. Only text messages up to February 2016 are currently available. However, the entire 2013 to 2017 WFN database intact. Okay. Again, the investigation is still going on, and why are you? I don't understand that. Keep in mind, this guy's a film actor, so don't be surprised if it's a work. Okay, here we go. EMA. Okay.
So as I started looking through Richard's laptop and reading through his phone conversations with some prominent people, I started seeing names that stood out to me.
Okay.
As I researched who they all were, I knew there was more to this story.
Not showing the evidence very clear enough.
Part of my work here is to investigate and confirm evidence that is given to me on statements made by guests on my platform.
Okay.
I seek the truth and work diligently to provide it. Now, when you have a story that's backed by factual information, you don't just have any story. You have a true story.
Do you now?
Now this is the evidence of WFN. One of the key players with a WWE connection is Rick Bassman.
Rick
The
Bassman.
person who brought us James Hellwig, otherwise known as the Ultimate Warrior.
Okay. Okay. Throughout this video, I'm gonna have to pause it and go back and look at these names real quick. Let me catch that name real quick, so I can look around and see if
One of the key players
I need to make sure he has his basic facts.
Is Rick Bassman, the person who brought us James Hellwig.
Rick Bassman. Okay, that's Rick Bassman. Okay. American Imperial. Talent actor and author. Wrestler. Okay. Consulted for industry leader, World Wrestling Entertainment, discovered and trained managed many top wrestlers such as Sting, The Ultimate Warrior, John Cena, The Miz, Chris Masters, Luther Reigns, Nathan Jones, and John Hydra. Okay, so that is fact right there. Okay. But notice how Roman Reigns wasn't around there. I wonder if he's doing this solely based on Rick Bassman. But let's see.
Otherwise known as the Ultimate Warrior.
Okay.
Along with John Cena.
Yes.
Among others. And here we have Tony Morris, a trainer to the stars, which the movie Magic Mike was inspired by.
Okay.
And finally, one of the biggest clients of WFN, and no, not the real Jesse Ventura, but somebody using his identity to purchase over $40,000 worth of steroids from Richard Rodriguez. And were they given to other WWE stars? Now, there's so many questions that I need to ask Richard.
We're here again with Richard Rodriguez, former owner of WFN
Okay.
in Iron Addicts Gym, Miami. He's calling us directly from the Brooklyn State Prison in New York. Now, Richard, first and foremost, before we get into anything else, the accuracy of some of your statements have recently come to question. Can you please explain to everyone how important it is to you and your family's life to be as accurate as possible in the statements you make and how giving out inaccurate information can seriously affect your life?
Well, I think I should answer that by saying this. One needs to understand that anyone's statements, especially that of someone claiming that public figures or athletes or one's clients, whether they engage in communications with them, will always come into question regardless of who it is. The fact that those who know me would easily vouch and say that I've always been a person who's approached everything in my life by being conservative and conscientious of what my reactions to my actions would ever be. Given the fact that false statements were presented to federal prosecutors and judged, in my case, by informants and people that have not been indicted, being a person that lies would only be following the same path as those individuals. Hence why that's never been my character, nor will it ever be.
Okay, I'm gonna pause real quick to say MMA the fan 123. Hello, how are you doing? If you don't know, we are looking at the WFN story by Jonny Bravo. You just heard the voice of Richard Rodriguez. And I wanted to point out, even though I can't, well, okay, you know what? Let me try to show it. I'm not gonna actually. I'm not gonna show the video. The editing and the filmmaking in this is a little bit over the top for something that's supposed to be exposing the truth about a WFN a story about a steroid allegation. Now, I want to point out off the bat that if something like this is true, then you wouldn't really be in the need to do any sort of like big editing around. Now, I know an argument could be brought into that he's a film actor. What do you expect? To which I say yes. However, again, I reiterate, you don't need big over-the-top editing for something like this. Like, you just need to point out the facts, you know, get the statement if you can, you know, because, of course, Richard Rodriguez is in prison right now for this whole thing. And I don't know. There's just something about, I don't know. I think the editing is going to distract a lot of people, and it's, I don't know. I wouldn't do any film editing like this. I would probably do a hangout like this.
All right, so Richard, I would like you to discuss how this all started. You know, obviously I have access to your text messages, your emails, your conversations with well-known individuals. I noticed that some of them brought you clients, and it appears that's how you were introduced to dealing with athletes, celebrities, and prominent figures. So the first question I have for you is, can you discuss how you were introduced to WWE clients and celebrities, and who was your initial contact?
Yeah, my initial exposure with WWE wrestlers, both active and inactive, was when I was formally introduced to Mark and Chris Bell via Stan Efford. Given that they had a brother who formerly wrestled with WWE, that you probably found out through your due diligence, it was to them that people like Jesse Burdick, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, Rick Baseman, Danny Duder, John Cena, Steve Austin, and many others became eventually advocates and clients of my product. What's crazy is that within a short period of 1 year working with them and was initially involved in distributing critical video.
Okay, so we got some messages up. All right, let's see. Let me look at this. Got the Primo, the Tab, or the ejectable. Also, your brother never responded back with the method of payment for its order. Okay. Whatever you think is better. Did Mark order a bunch of stuff? I'll ask him. How much is Mark's order? Okay. 20% discount code. Still in his early 50s and still squats 661 raw. He deadlifted 901 at 220. Mark as in, will that be Mark Calloway, or because Undertaker? Because Undertaker's in the early 50s and he's doing some workouts in the gym at his whole on his wife's Instagram. So is it talking about Undertaker, or is it talking about someone else, or I'm not too sure. But I am glad to see that he's actually bringing text messages evidence into this video. That kind of might or might not help his argument. We'll just have to see. Okay. That's given. Okay, so Jesse Ventura. Okay, so this is the order thing from Jesse Ventura. As much as I can see. Jesse Ventura, has the thing blurred out. $7,365 in 4 orders. There was one that was worth 3,425, one that was worth 1,610, and then there's a couple more afterwards, obviously, that we can't look at right now. So there's that. More evidence being brought in, which is, it could help his argument. And he said in the beginning that it's not really Jesse the Body Ventura, the real one. It was someone stealing his identity to get this whole thing in order. Which, identity theft right there. Oh, there you go. Okay. Do you know this person? Just making sure there is no foul play with someone. Okay, does still work for you. He's been hitting some people up, so I wasn't so sure. He's not supposed to be hitting up anyone that was by your. Those have. Hang on. I wonder if I can see this part up close. I want to see the text messages up close. 640. So, okay, I can see this a little bit better now. Okay, so I can look at the full conversation now, and as I follow along, I might have to do this again. Do you know this person? Just trying to make sure that there's no foul play with. Left that name blank. Yes, does blank still work for you? He's been hitting some people up, so I wasn't sure. He's not supposed to be hitting up anyone that was referred by you. Those have to go through me. Who is the guy above? Okay, just making sure. Jesse Ventura. The guy above is someone I referred. Great, thanks for that. Tell all the people that that they are no longer to work with him. Okay, so can you have Jesse text me or call me? Thanks. Also, Tony Morris, is this his email? Tony Morris something at gmail.com.
You're looking at the conversations that Richard had with Chris Bell.
Chris Bell.
Reading them, it appears that Chris was.
Okay, before I continue, I'm going to go look at the text conversation. I'm also going to look at the chat, see people are you talking anymore. Okay, nothing yet. Okay, so next part of the text conversation is I'll see Jesse this weekend. Cool. It's possible for him to reach me prior to that. Need to sort issues out since they both placed sizable orders and do not want to compensate him if he does not deserve it. I can hit him up. What do you need to know, though? Both are good friends of mine and met blank through me. This is what I need them to confess that it's not true. He reached out to them without your referral. Well, Jesse came through Mark and Tony came through me. Jesse came through Mark and Tony came through me. I guess maybe he's saying that Jesse came through Mark because he met and talked to Mark, who then referred him. I don't think these guys are going to want to deal with any of this stuff, to be honest. It's going to turn them away from using you guys in the future. That's my take on it. Everyone wants to be discreet. I can ask them to call you, though. Have them call me. I understand the whole discreet piece of something. It's 6:49. Let me go to that point real quick. Okay. Piece of it. Okay. There we go.
Key in the connections Richard made with wrestlers and celebrities.
Okay.
They also discussed the commissions on the clients brought in by each individual. The connections made with the.
My buddy Luther Reigns is the WWE wrestler that ordered a ton before. Please get back to him if you haven't. This number. Let's see. Nothing on Roman Reigns. So far, it is definitely sure that Luther Reigns, the former wrestler, might be involved with this whole thing. I have heard nothing on Roman Reigns yet. Yeah, under his real name, Matt. Roman Reigns' real name is Joe, I believe. Joe something. So there's no clue on Roman yet.
Bell brothers brought in a huge cash flow to
to be delivered.
There's one time.
Okay. Let's go to 710 real quick so I can look at the text conversation. Bleh. Okay. I know I requested a reship. Okay. I keep missing my mail lady. She's all backed up still. If she is, can you give me another address to ship? Feel comfortable to reship to a different since the last one did not make it. Can you track it tomorrow? I didn't get it. Hopefully Monday. Hey boss, let me know if you get a chance to track that package. I still haven't gotten it yet. Hey buddy, Lauren said that I got the package at my house. Thank you. So is everything okay, Chris? Just checking in. Also, did you get a chance to speak with The Rock and John Cena? Now that was January 28th, 2016.
Message at the end, which is the last text message in this conversation.
Last text message. Nothing on Roman yet.
The rest of his communications with Chris Bell is on his other device.
All further texts after this are in the DEA. Huh. Convenience, convenience, convenience. Joseph. Joseph. Thank you, Scott. Okay. Now I know to look around for that name. So if I do see it, then there you go. Hold on. Okay. Let's continue with this. I find it funny how on February 2016, which I mean, if you would have gotten a little bit more, then maybe you would have found something on Roman Reigns, possibly. But then again, I'm not saying it would help your argument too much because the fact that again, Roman Reigns' thing was, I don't know, I think something, I don't know what, but let's continue. Still possession of the DEA, okay? So there should.
So let me ask you a question. There seems to be 3 people from what I've been looking at here that seem to have WWE connections, and they've all placed orders with WFN. So first, can you discuss your relationship with Basin?
Yeah, Rick Baseman reached out to me initially for protocols, not for just himself, but also a close colleague, like the Ultimate Warrior. Again, he was also first introduced to me by Chris Bell. And it was not until we expanded our marketing relationship with a colleague of his named Rick Grayson that he quickly expanded his order frequencies. It was through these relationships with him and Rick Grayson that other wrestlers like John Cena and Steve Austin eventually became clients. Also, if you recall my previous conversation with you, Rick Grayson was also the individual that introduced me to the Hall of Fame bodybuilder Bill Grant, that eventually introduced me to individuals that worked with Brock Lesnar that also eventually became a client as well.
This is an order confirmation of one of his orders.
Okay, we have an order confirmation from Richard Basin. Okay. Limited 2 bottles. Overnight shipping to patients. Okay. There you go. So they put. Okay, so there was evidence right there from an email that Richard Basin did put in an order with the wellness, fitness, nutrition. Okay.
Along with the payment authorization receipt confirming his identity.
Okay. There we go.
So you also mentioned Chris Cavallini. If I remember correctly, he was arrested for the distribution of anabolic steroids in the past, and it looks, from what I'm looking at here, that he placed 19 orders with WFN. Can you elaborate on that, please?
Sure. Chris Cavallini was one of those many elite athletes that contacted my company to become a client. much like someone else that we'll discuss later named Jordan Morris. It was when I started to evaluate his orders and frequencies that I started to understand his exclusive association with restaurants like Shameless and Jinder Mahal, and how they were possibly utilizing some of our products, which is yet to be confirmed since we still do.
Well, okay. So they're now bringing up Jinder Mahal, and that Chris Kevlani was arrested for several orders of distribution of stuff with the WFN. One of the clients was Jinder Mahal, and there's a picture right here that has Jinder Mahal hanging out with Chris Kevlani. So there could possibly be something on Jinder Mahal here. That is a very real possibility now. Okay, but again, is the main name, and a lot of people are wondering about it. Roman Reigns. I haven't really heard any proof on Roman Reigns yet, and we're almost halfway through this video. And you want me to be perfectly honest, I don't think I'm gonna find anything. But I am finding something on Jinder now, so there's that.
Okay, so you see that he had worked with these wrestlers in the past.
Okay, so
Okay. And Jesse Burdick now, I see that he's also a trainer, and from looking at all the orders, he's one of your top 5 biggest clients, and it looks like he spent over $40,000 with your company. Can you talk about your relationship with him and answer the question that probably I have and probably everyone else is why would he place so many orders with WFN?
Jesse Burdick, again, came through Christian Marco. They have a strong alliance with one another. It was through my various interactions with him and Chris. This call is from a federal prison. I came to the realization of his depth of relationship with wrestlers like John Cena, which will also use some of my products. But my main concern of the sizes of his orders and various addresses and daily usage where large quantities were shipped. That was when I started to inquire more about who were the users, since it was plainly obvious it was not just for him. After further questionings of people like him and Rick Drazen and Chris Bell, that's when I started to understand other possible wrestlers that had been referred to my site. Once we were clear on the importance of many of those wrestlers and their concerns of their protocols and usage of my products, that's when I was eventually allowed to exchange messages and phone conversations with many of them. My focus with all the WWE athletes that came to Burdick, that came to Chris, that came to Rick, that came to Chris Bell, was always to ensure proper utilization of the products and preventing the possible ban from WWE if they ever failed the drug test, given that all of them usually underwent some form of testing periodically. And as a matter of fact, even up until the point where WFN was shut down in February of 2017, I was still interacting with many of them to continue our expansion initiatives by ensuring that we minimize the liability for each other, but closely monitor proper utilization of the various cycles that many of these people were on, including themselves.
All right, so another person that I was going to go into that a little bit more, but I know the time is limited, and there's a few things I want to get to here. Daniel Puder, I see from all the files that I see here on your laptop, he used to work for you, and I know that he was also in the WWE. I believe he won a Tough Man a few years back. Yeah, Tough Enough. So my question is, can you tell me a little bit more about what he did for you?
Yeah, he was more of a part-time marketing sales strategist that I brought on board, not just to more effectively manage the company's growing WWE listed clients, but also to market other industries like the UFC and public figures he worked with. He was the one that brought people like Dan Kazarian and others that developed into entries into other markets like the porn industry and the development of more innovative products. With his background and experience, having won WWE Tough Enough and also being a good UFC fighter, it was a very easy decision to bring him on board and being an advocate for my company. That's not to leave out that he was also generously rewarded for his efforts too.
All right, so he was being paid, he was getting commissions on the people he brought in, and he's also bring high-profile people in, like Dan Blazerian and other MMA fighters, you said?
Correct.
Okay, which we'll get into also at a later time.
Now, if you look at the contract details proposed by Daniel Puder, he proposed ways to recruit celebrities and athletes to push new clients. Richard knew what connections he needed in order to make his business strive, and chose to only work with those types of people. The model was commission-based, So the higher profile people he can find to promote his business, the more sales they can push.
Trying to pull some marketing is what
This is a
Peter's trying to do.
contract proposed to Rick Drayson.
Grayson? Okay,
It
Drayson.
included a monthly salary along with unlimited orders, not just for himself, but for colleagues as well.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned Tony Morris. He's also one of your top clients. And he's a well-known celebrity trainer. And the movie Magic Mike was inspired about his life. What was the relationship with him? Did he bring in celebrities to you?
Yeah, Tony was an interesting character because being around celebrities constantly, I was never familiarized with his influence, nor did so much popularity excite me. But once we started working more extensively and his orders started to increase, he made me aware of his popularity, including people in the movie like wrestler Steve Nash and Channing Tatum, who he made orders for in preparation for the film and continued to use throughout their life. It was through him also that we later expanded into working with other high-profile celebrity trainers that work with folks like Josh Stephan or Mark Warburg that we discussed in prior videos.
Okay, so basically, you're saying that he ordered products for the people he trained, and a lot of them were celebrity actors. Some you've had direct contact with, and some you didn't. But
Correct.
That's why you
Some
feel.
of them were also wrestlers too, so that's how
Okay.
it tied in also to WWE and acting roster.
Okay. Now we got to get to this Roman Reigns situation because this is something that
Okay, here we go.
people have been beating on my head for the past 2 weeks on.
Okay.
And
Let's see it.
part of it was because I wanted to be accurate. I mean, his life is on the line. Our reputations are on the line, and mine is as well. And I don't want to give out inaccurate information if I don't have proper evidence.
Okay, then let's
So
see
let
it.
me ask you a question. A lot of people, they think that you made a mistake saying that you thought Luther Reigns was Roman Reigns. First, do you know the difference between the two?
Yes, and yes. I'm an avid wrestling fanatic. And like I said in my prior statements earlier, let's not jump into conclusions and try to discredit people who never misled their audience and followers.
Saying something about Luther Reigns quickly, he placed a bunch of orders with you. He used his first name, Matt. It looks like he changed his last name on some of the orders. And not to go backtrack, Jesse Burdick, something funny with him is he placed all his $40,000 order with the name Jesse Ventura. So all his orders were using the Jesse Ventura. So, I feel bad for Jesse Ventura. So everybody, Jesse Ventura never ordered anything from Richard Rodriguez. Just letting everybody know that when they see this on the screen.
Okay.
I'm going to give an inside look on the process I take in order to confirm orders placed with WFN. The first example, which we have gone over in the past, is Josh Duhamel. In his case, it was easy since most of his orders placed were under his real name, along with verified addresses and text messages using a phone number I can verify. The next example is Luther Reigns, which is fitting due to the recent rumors.
Okay.
In this case, you can see here the referral from Chris Bell to Richard Rodriguez through text messages. I was also able to verify the phone number and address information on the orders, even though some are placed under an alias. Lastly, we're going to take a look at Jesse Burdick. This was also a referral from Chris Bell. And even though the orders are placed under the alias Jesse Ventura, I found mentions in both text and an email from him confirming his identity. This information is key in order for me to verify the identity of those who placed an order with WFN. In the cases of others, orders that were placed with an alias, along with being shipped to an address which are not registered to their name, makes cross-referencing them extremely difficult. This is why the text communications between Richard and any name mentioned who placed orders is key in identifying them.
My job as a journalist, reporter, and filmmaker is to confirm and verify the statements that you make through the evidence that I've received. Up until this point, each and every person that you have named, I've been given evidence for. However, some of the evidence that I need in order to be 110% accurate with my findings, I'm still waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
I understand this is an ongoing case, and I know that there is some evidence, including some devices you have, iPhones, iPads, and computers that have not been released in the court proceedings yet. But I may need them in order to verify some information. So without that key information, there are two cases that I have to say that I can't verify at this time. One being Mark Wahlberg, and the second being Roman Reigns. And when I say this, if you go back to the O.J. Simpson trial back in the early 90s, if you remember what Johnny Cochran said, if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. Well, those rules apply to me as well. And you have to prove somebody beyond a reasonable doubt in order to say what you have is 110% accurate. You know, going to Mark Wahlberg, I understand he ordered through a doctor. And if I had the communication information that you had with him, I would be able to verify it as I have done in the other cases. As far as Roman Reigns, since his orders were placed under an alias, as the case were with a lot of people, it's impossible for me to cross-reference his orders without seeing the communication that you had with him through text messages. And I understand that those devices are still with DEA. So you understand what I'm saying, right?
Yes, that's the reason why the short answer to your concern is that yes, my integrity is just as important and is on the line, and that's the one that's delivering the message, which would be you. You have been in constant communication with my attorney on the ETA of the release of those additional communication devices.
Yes.
Subsecond T,
which is true.
So not just Roman and Mark, but others that we will eventually be discussing in this video in the future, ones that will be released. But I just want to preface by saying that my focus is day one is to present, just like you, irrefutable evidence that these people, without turn their head to come clean. Nothing has ever deviated me from ever changing that strategy at all.
Even though contact information of Liadi Joseph Anawane, aka Roman Reigns, and orders that Richard says are his, were found on the laptop without the direct text communication between them, they cannot be verified until they're received.
So you're saying, obviously, I've been speaking to your lawyer, and when these devices are released, they will be in my possession, correct?
Currently have the ETA on the releases of the other devices seized by the DEA. Okay, so we have a date as to when the devices that have possible connections with Roman Reigns on the date. Okay. Wait, I will continue my work on the film. And I believe that is going to cover it. So there you go. There it is. John Bravo confirmed on there that he cannot confirm anything about Mr. Roman Reigns right now until the devices are in his possession. And even then, I don't know. But I feel like I have to say one thing straight right here. To the people that hope that this was true, quit your whining, quit your crying and complaining and bitching and moaning, because Roman Reigns is still going to be in the main event of WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar is still going to be in the main event of WrestleMania. Don't expect anything to happen to Roman Reigns. It's going to be fine. That main event is going to be fine. That is going to be just the way it is. And it sucks that the reality has got to hit people in the face. But until the proof is in the pudding right there, and that could still be a long time beforehand, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar Mania is still going to happen unless WWE decide to do something about it. So, right now, really, yep, there you go. Jonny Bravo fails to present steroid evidence against Roman Reigns, and that is true. Jonny Bravo, at the moment, failed to provide the evidence against Roman Reigns. It'll be in his possession, and maybe at a future time he'll reveal it. Maybe he'll prove it in the future. I don't know. But for now, guys, you guys can stop worrying about this whole thing. There's going to be a follow-up on this whole thing. I believe there's going to be a follow-up. This is the only thing that we're going to hear about it. But for now, guys, overall, I would say that this wasn't really a waste of time, but at the same time, you gotta think about this. Have all the evidence in your possession before you do it. Just the way I see it, the timing of this whole thing, getting close to WrestleMania, I think it was very convenient for Jonny Bravo to go ahead and decide to release this information out. I just think it's a very, very convenient time, being that it's WrestleMania time. And Richard Rodriguez being the wrestling fanatic that he is, it just that to me just kind of adds more to the convenience. I don't know. This whole thing is just very, very convenient, and it's kind of questionable to Jonny Bravo's character, and the fact that he's conveniently going into hiding now after this, it just seems very, very shady. So, that was a lot of reactions to it. Real quick while I go get some food and all that. What do you think? Down in the comments below with the live chat. I'll keep it open for a little bit longer, and then I will close this video out. So have a discussion through the comments below, and I'll be right back to answer your questions, comments, and concerns. BRB. Okay, I see we got 8 people watching right now. For those that came in and watched, and those that came in throughout the video, thank you guys for watching. I've got the video in the I've got it in the chat. For those that are gonna watch the documentary, I know a lot of people have been waiting on this for a while, and I've been waiting on it for a while myself. Not because I'm like, oh, Roman Reigns is gonna be guilty, but I wanted to see if Jonny Bravo, this guy, was gonna make a complete ass out of himself. In reality, I think while he didn't make a complete ass out of himself, I really think that there could have been a hold on this. And I think the timing of this, being that it's like a few weeks away from WrestleMania, I think it's a little bit too convenient for my liking. A little too convenient for my tastes. I don't know. You know, there's just people that are around the internet who want to try to sabotage WrestleMania in some way, shape, or form. There's going to be those people that are going to be like, oh, yeah, Roman's guilty. Roman's guilty. Guys, Roman's not guilty, okay? And I might not be Roman Reigns' biggest fan, but I know that the dude, he knew he effed up when he got caught back in 2016, and he hasn't done anything since then. Yeah, the documentary's been released, and really, to be honest with you, there's nothing found. Let's go through comments around Facebook real quick. Well, if you guys have any thoughts or comments of this whole thing, leave them down below. Let's see. LMAO, I knew this was BS. Almost all of us did. Can we all just stop talking about him already? LOL. So we can fade back into obscurity. I'm still giving Roman Reigns Brock Lesnar a chance. Me, I'm looking at it with a standard point of view, and you can do that if you want to, Scott. That's perfectly okay. I'm not. I don't think it's gonna be that good, but hey, you know what? If they prove me wrong, awesome. I would love for them to prove me wrong. I stopped after seeing all the spelling errors during the opening credits. Oh, I didn't even pay attention to the spelling errors. This can be good for so many people, even if falsehood for some, it's bad to be connected. That is true. Even this whole thing is false. Being connected with this whole thing does leave kind of a bad image. Although I don't think it's enough to do any punishment. I'm just looking at the replies to this. You can verify Reigns. It's about more than Reigns. Yeah, it is about more than Reigns. That is true. The guy built it up as Roman Reigns and then just dropped his name during the build-up of this whole thing. He says he can, but text messages. But and there's the thing with that. If you're gonna build it around someone, then and you can't verify your story, then why are you even mentioning his name? If you didn't mention his name, then I think a lot of people would, one, not really be as interested, but two, just maybe buy into it a bit more. LMAFL, this was a copy video. It was all hype for nothing. Dude is a snitch snob. How does a podcast equal a documentary? Moving on. This is the best episode of Iffy and Jeffy I've ever seen. Complete waste of 20 minutes, exactly, with zero proof on anything. Bye-bye, Roman Reigns. I can't wait. Well, Josh, Name drop Cena, Brock, The Rock, So Cold. Don't waste time watching it. He legit even says he has no evidence of Roman Reigns. Exactly. There's some Johnny. Oh, he disabled the comments on the video. Did he now? Hang on. Wait a minute. Hang on. Now, Mr. Bravo, you better tell me that this is false. It's like a. Oh wow, and the like and dislike ratio is turned off. Oh no, the comments are still there. Comments, okay. Hang on, let me exit out of it, go back in real quick. Let me check real quick. 9K views. No, comment. Okay, comment is still there. Okay, that's good, that's good. But the like dislike ratio is gone. 50 plus edits. Oh no, this does not look good, man. Like the production is nice, but it doesn't look good for something like this, dude. Like honestly, it sucks. Hype up for nothing. Clickbait. Let's go, Roman. Jonny Bravo sucks. Thanks, John, for saving us. Buddy. Don't hold your breath. So we are getting Roman versus Brock then. Fuck! I know how you feel. I know. It's okay. It'll be okay. You just gotta get it over with. Everything will be fine, Mr. Jose. No. I think that's how you would say that. So nervous. Don't be. Way to waste everyone's time. Yep. Are you serious? Did we spell Steve Austin? Jesus Christ. Like the spelling errors. Who are Roman Reigns fans? Yep, I would have to agree with that statement. One thing on Roman, great job selling up Bravo. Good. No, there's nothing. Roman Reigns is safe or not. He is safe. Who's David on the comment on this video? No, the comment is still there. Comment is still there, Scott. That was a bit of a false alarm. Unless you're looking at it right now. Say if you can't verify anything. He could have the proof, but he doesn't have the thing. He fucking goofed it up. Louis Vuitton, yep. Louis Vuitton, I agree. Yeah, really. Someone brought up a good point. For someone that hyped it up around Roman Reigns practically. You can look around. He's hyped it up about Roman Reigns pretty much a lot. And then said 1,000 times, oh, I can prove it, I can prove it, I can prove it. And then in the video itself, he says all this shit about how, I can't, I want to be 110% sure. And he then says at the end, he couldn't verify Roman Reigns. Thank you, John Bravo. You have saved WrestleMania 34. Well, you won money anyway. Yep. Waiting for this first. Blah. Hang on, sorry, real quick. No, wait, man, this whole thing. Oh man, when I look at some stuff that I didn't even catch, to be honest, on first view. This really does not make John Bravo look good at all, and he makes it look. Video, let's see if Roman Reigns is innocent. Yep, Roman. I can say right now, Roman Reigns is innocent. The World Wrestling Network, Vince Russo is now saying Oive it is Periscope videos. I wonder if he saw the whole John Bravo thing and is saying Oive. I'm very curious now. It's been released. It's total bollocks. It's not even a documentary. He might as well even call it a podcast. Steve Austin and Kevin Nash is now Steve Nash. What? I didn't even pay attention to that whole thing. See, there are things that I missed, honestly, in this video that I really should have looked at again. Let's see. On other news, War Machine made their debut on the live event of NXT. That's awesome. But according to John Bravo, Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Sheamus, and Jinder Mahal were clients of his, but couldn't put the evidence on Roman Reigns. So they might change Brock, but Roman is gonna be fine. Oh damn, Brian Christopher beaten up. Jeez. This is cool Mania ticket. I see someone has. I'm jealous. I don't see anything else on this whole thing, to be perfectly honest with you. I got 9 people watching right now. Guys, what do you guys think of the comments? If you've seen the video, do you think Roman is innocent? I really do believe Roman is innocent in this whole thing. I don't know. It's just something that's there's some things that are just not adding up on the whole thing, and like I would try to explain it, but like that, I don't know. I'm not involved in the whole freaking this sort of thing, so I have no expertise on this at all. So, but I'm looking at it as from what I've seen, you build it around someone and you curve around, and then at the end, it's like, oh, I don't have any evidence on Roman right now. I really don't. I even. Why lie about? Okay, if you have value in the claims, or the why lie about me? Exactly, John. That's exactly what I'm saying. And the thing is, like I mentioned earlier on, he built this thing around Roman Reigns, and you want to know why? Because he knows that a lot of people don't like Roman Reigns. So, of course, he's going to try to get people hyped up about this whole Roman Reigns thing. And then in the video, we can't prove anything about Roman, which is a classic example of clickbait going to the extra mile. So why build it up around Roman? If he didn't, I think if he didn't build it solely on Roman, then he would have been better off. Maybe not exactly what you're saying. It's wait, John, verify. I might be saying something wrong. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm saying something wrong. Elaborate, please, if you don't mind. Um, but no, like, I guess I was going back on a different point and didn't catch what you were saying correctly. My mistake. If you can verify what you mean, please do so. What I was saying is a lot of the build, a lot of the hype for this whole thing, the video's release was likely prompted by the push of others for its release. As such, she may have released the video earlier than intended and simply cannot provide moment information. That could be the case, but in retort to that, if you're trying in a video, you say that you don't want to release information until you're 100%, 110% sure, as he said in the video, then why would you allow others to influence, if that is the case, you into releasing the video early? Whether it's people that don't like Roman, whether it's people that are like not buying into his bullshit, any of that. Like, why are you gonna let the influence of others push you into doing it early? That's what I'm saying. And like, I get like that could be the case of peer pressure or just like, oh, I need to release this now, all that. But I don't know. I wouldn't have. If I was in his shoes, I would not have released this video right now, honestly. Until I've gotten every single bit of evidence that I have, because he's a filmmaker, he's an entertainer. You know what? That would probably explain it all. That would probably explain a lot. Because, well, this is his job as being a film actor, hence the over-the-top editing and all that, which really was not necessary. But again, film editor, what can you do? The sidebar real quick, if he's an entertainer, quote unquote, he's a pretty bad one at that. If those edits were supposed to entertain people, I don't. But I think that's going to wrap it up, guys. I've been on here for a while. I know I deleted it beforehand, but I saw this when it was uploaded like 2 minutes ago, and that's when I was like, you know what, I got to set this up right away. I'm going to do that. Thank you to those who watched. Thank you to John Smith, Will Ferro #1, MMA the fan 123 for commenting, getting your input, having a discussion. I'm hoping that there's more later on when people see this video. I will link in the description as I have the video on me right now. I'm probably going to do that right after I get done with this video. Hang on. Let me go and open up video in a new tab. Recopy it just so I have it. But we can edit this real quick, actually, and I could put it in the description right now. That'd be fantastic if I could. All right, perfect. I can. Sweet. Oops. All right. So, let me go back one more time. Look at the chat real quick. See if anyone else is leaving any comments before I end this. Ultimately, it's like Bravo said, if you don't have all the evidence, then don't release it. Like, first off, don't build it on someone if you know you don't have the evidence for them yet. And secondly, well, the second release is pretty much the same point as the first one. But that is going to do it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Shout out to John Smith, Wilfred #1, and MMA, the fan 123. Thank y'all guys for commenting. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for looking at this video. And to get the thoughts, leave your thoughts down below. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for much more. If you want to look at John Bravo's video, you can. If you haven't seen it yet, that's the only reason why I linked it. I personally don't recommend it. You're not going to find... If you're someone that doesn't like Roman Reigns and you want him to get suspended, you're going to be wasting 20 minutes of your time. But if you want to do that, then you go and look at this video, or the video in the description, I should say. And yeah, that's going to do it. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!